house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a tart singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long. The ceiling is white, but the shadows are black. A ghost in my heart says she'll never come back. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a tart singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long.
Good evening and welcome to the Haunt Hour with your host Dan Doble, Susie Fleesick, and Troy Crivello. Join us tonight as we talk about all things haunting and Halloween during the Haunt Hour.
Welcome to another fantastic Haunt Hour. I'm one of the three hosts, Dan the Haunt Guy Doble, here with Susie Q. Fleesick and Don Keith. Wait, where's Troy?
Who's Troy?
Oh, it's gonna be great. Don't tell him if he's gone. Then this is fantastic. We don't have to
This
worry.
is the new trio.
This is the new trio. Don, welcome.
I'm here for it.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. I mean, this could really increase our fan base. Where did he go? Oh, look.
Oh, no.
Hey guys, how you doing? We're on the road. We're on the road. We're going.
Oh, my.
We are moving. Don't ignore that the tree's not going anywhere. We got a wall of trees here. We're breaking. You know what? I lost my CB thingy, the bobber. So we are moving on out to Texas right now.
That ain't right.
Is that a hairy shirt or is that just your chest?
Yeah.
Wow.
We are going where one of the kids in this RV is a 14-year-old girl. Let's just say she is not excited about the next 2 days.
I wouldn't be either. As
no
a 46-year-old girl.
You see Bessie up here? I roped her last night. Bessie's right here. Woo! She's
Woo!
We're gonna eat the rest of her when we get there, but I brought her head along. Woo!
I don't know. After this, I'm not sure Texas wants you.
Texas. I got the armrest down. I already got that.
Does Texas know you're coming?
Texas is fucked. They're just excited it's not Mr. Unicorn.
Oh, wow.
What is this? The Texas unicorn or what?
This is I found this in Wilbur's closet. Wilbur had this. Yeah. Wilbur.
He probably wore a shirt under it though. Troy.
No, I don't believe so. I saw pictures of him. Hi, ma'am. Hi. We had to stop at the crosswalk here for the old folks to walk across. I mean, the older folks, not the, ma'am. So it's legal to catcall from an RV. Did you know that? It is.
Oh, I learned something new today. Is it legal to walk around with that vest on?
You want me to take the vest off? Is that what you said?
No.
I think I see that in the comments here. I think Sean Mills wants me to take the jacket off. Okay.
No, Sean, no.
But Sean, shh. Yeah. But yes, we are loading up this here old RV. Yep. We're going to have a good old fashioned Haunter family vacation.
Oh my goodness.
And just so everybody knows, I emptied the shitter on Sunday, so the shitter is not full.
Good.
So we are
good to know.
Yeah.
We're gonna be if you are in Idaho, the tip of Utah, just the tip, Colorado, Wyoming, Oklahoma, the tip of Oklahoma, and Texas. If you're there in any of those states, watch out for old Bessie here. She's coming through, and we're coming through with them. So,
man,
maybe Michael Edwards and Bart Butler might see us in a cloud of black smoke going past Anderson Farms there.
Wow.
Yeah. So but we're that's the news for today. The news for today is that we are heading to Texas for the Texas Hunters Convention. Woo! Yeah! Woo! And we are gonna I have a class that I'm giving on home haunt videography, not how to dress like a cowboy, because I got that down to a T for Troy. And I'm also going to be vending there. Texas Terror Tours. Yeah, come by, see us, get a deal. I will tell you how to dress like a cowboy if you come to my booth, though. And then we're going to dress up for the costume ball. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're also going to be filming the Home Haunter Award Show while we're there, too. Yeah. I got a busy weekend in front of me. So, Yep. So it's going to be fun. There's going to be lots of us there, and it's going to be a good time.
And you're bringing your whole family.
We're bringing the whole family. Actually, 2 families, 2 whole dang families. 8 of us. There's going to be 8 of us in this here RV, and Spike won't be coming with us though.
Are they all gonna wear shirts?
No, this is a clothing optional RV.
Susie, where do we?
I don't know.
I thought we were talking about how the haunted house shit today.
Honestly, I'm a little bit concerned though. So once you get there, do you guys stay in the RV or are you stay in the hotel?
No, ma'am. It is 100 degrees outside, and I can only plug this into probably a lamp pole, and I don't think that's going to provide enough amps for the 2 air conditioners that I'm going to need. We don't, we're not packing a swamp cooler here.
I don't know how RV life works.
We're not moving to Beverly. We're moving from Beverly. No, we are staying in the Hampton Inn and Suites, and we actually have a suite.
Nice.
Our room is a suite. Yeah. Because my son doesn't really like Halloween as much as we do, so he'll be in the living room playing video games and playing in the pool. So.
Yeah. So what are the rules for kids on the show floor there?
That's a good question.
The kids can go anywhere on the show floor. It is an all ages event. It's $10 for the kids to be on the floor all weekend. The costume ball is 18 and over because there's going to be Rocky Horror Picture Show being played around there. So there's going to be some napples hanging out and some leather, some
You mean
straps.
besides yours?
Well, yeah, that's a given, darling. That's a given. And the haunt tour is all ages. Yeah. The pool is all ages, so you can hang out there. Yeah. And the classes are pretty much all ages too. Yeah. So pretty much the only thing the kids can't do is go to the costume ball. But
because of Napples.
because of Napples from Napoli. Sean, what? Sean says I'm breaking laws in multiple states. Are you future telling? Are you? Because I've already broken a couple here.
You know what to say.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Yep. So I checked all the widgets and the wang doodles in the RV, so we are set to go. I got the lug nut wrenches and the lug nut cover wrenches. I had to get two. Check the oil. Oil's good.
Yeah.
I loaded up the back with the alcohol and the Mountain Dew. Need some Mountain Dew while we're driving. So. Yeah.
Are you literally taking off right after the show?
I am leaving right after the show. They are going to be loading up the bottom of the RV with their goods after we get done with this weird little bit that Dan told me to do before the show. He's like, dude, Troy, can never be a cowboy. It'll be fun.
I know. Whenever Dan comes up with your bits, it's like
Susie was like, nobody's going to get it. It's not going to be funny, Dan. And I'm like, fine, Dan, whatever. You're the host, whatever. The boss tells me to dress up like a cowboy, so I'll do it.
Put a gun to my head and I'll act like an idiot.
Right. He's like, wear an America bandana. It'll be hot.
It's hot outside, right?
It is. It's 96
So it's
right
hot.
now.
Yep.
It's 96 out there. It's 71 in here with the good old air conditioners.
Plugged into the lamp pole.
Plugged into the lamp pole. That's right. Yeah. So,
Oh my
but yeah,
goodness,
right
boy.
after this show with Donald Keith, we will be leaving to head for Texas. Mainly because we'll be hitting the worst climb that's probably in America. Well, probably not, but we have a really big hill in Oregon that we have to get over, and it takes a long time. We're going to be driving 20 miles an hour uphill in the snow both ways.
Are you going to post your Cash App so people can fund your trip? Because God only knows how much gas you're going to be using.
So I filled up yesterday, and it was $320.
Oh my God.
But here, many people have asked, why are we driving to Texas from Oregon? And I said, well, there's 8 of us going. So you got to imagine eight airline tickets from Portland to Dallas. It is a nonstop flight. It would probably be about $3,200. And that does not discount a cancellation or a delay that would push us, which is happening every day. So we thought, you know what? We got 8 people going, so it's going to cost, we're going to fill up mathematically 3.3 times. So we figure 4 times each way. And as we go south, it'll get cheaper. So,
yeah. And how much fun are you going to have?
Right. It's
you can't have that kind of fun in an airplane.
But like I was telling, like I've also been telling people,
the whole event.
What was your? I'm totally recording the whole thing.
It has to happen, and you better.
Yes.
You better edit on the road and upload this shit like daily.
I don't know about daily. I got a lot of shit to do. I got a lot of shit to do.
We'll see. When I get back, like seriously, dude. Like I'm gonna be dying to watch.
I will see what I can do.
I drive up a snow mountain hill in an RV that's only driven about 4 hours total. It's gonna be
actually it takes about 4 hours to get to that hill, and that'll be tonight. But yes,
in the dark, mind you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'll be dark.
Check your headlights.
They do work finally. They do. Okay. They do. I had to wind them, But I will probably upload something Thursday night from the trip Tuesday and Wednesday night. So because Thursday night we're just having a pool party, and then after that I'll probably upload something. So
we'll see something Monday.
No, you'll see something Thursday night because I'll upload it Thursday night.
Scouts honor. You swear on
All
that
right, fine. You made me wear this goofy outfit. I'll upload now too. Look what you make me do.
Yes.
So Road to Dallas episode 4. Or no, it's Sean. What's the name of my series, Sean?
Ask Sean.
Well, no, Sean's the one that I had a contest of what to name my blog series.
Yeah, but you don't remember.
I thought it was me that gave you the name of it. I don't remember.
No, yours was stupid. It was Troy Goes to Dallas or something like that. Or Troy Does Dallas.
I did not say that.
You said Troy Does Dallas.
No,
that's already his what's it called? His OnlyFans. He can't use that again.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Destination Lone Star. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. Destination Lone Star. So episode 5 will be out probably Thursday night. Because I brought all my editing stuff, so I have the ability to do it. So, but yes, okay. So, why don't you guys talk about some news, and I'm gonna go. I gotta go take a leak. We came to it.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh my God.
He was staring at the fucking noodles on his chest.
So, do you have any news, Dan?
I really don't. I even if I did, my brain is now completely mushed because I don't remember anything other than Troy in a leather vest and no shirt.
It's gonna scar me for life. Hopefully he changes. Something tells me he's not gonna.
No, he's not. He's gonna jump in and jump right over to the other screen, and he'll still be wearing the silly little vest.
Yeah, you're right.
I supposedly made him put on. Whatever. It is what it is. We love Troy for who he is and what he does.
And we'll miss him when he's not on the show next week, right?
Yes, he is. For everybody that can't stand Troy and wants to see Susie and I talk to a really cool professional hunter next week, Ethan Turan is going to be on next week. So we are going to have a lot of fun, and you don't have to deal with Troy talking.
Oh, so now you're stealing my thunder of who's going to be on next week, too?
Oh, my God, he changed.
Oh, he changed his shirt, too. Look at this
guy. That's called professional. That's called professional.
I'm taking it all.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so I don't have any news. Susie, what's going on with the haunt? Anything exciting?
Everything about the haunt is exciting, but nothing right. You know what we're trying to do right now is decide on whether or not we're raising our prices this year.
That's for video bombed.
We don't know if we're raising our prices.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's the argument of everything's going up, so don't raise the prices. And then there's the argument of everything's going up, so raise the prices.
Everything's going up, so raise the prices. Nobody's going to say, oh, man, this place is still cheap.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to say that. Everybody's going to be like, oh, they raised the prices. Well, I guess I'll pay this year. Everything else is raised.
The only caveat to that is there was literally a news story about how Costco is not rising the price of the hot dog combo from $1.50. So they there was a whole news story about how they're not raising the price of it.
You know what's funny though? We don't have a Costco out here, so it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, and let's be honest, everybody else is going to raise their prices. You might as well jump up as much as they are.
There was a pretty good thread on one of the haunt groups, like it was a couple weeks ago, and it was about whether or not people are going to raise prices, and it seemed to be about 50-50. There were plenty that said no, we don't feel like raising prices because we don't want to be, we're only open for a month, and we don't want to be something that people go, oh, them too, and then think I'm not going to go.
But it's not like our industry hasn't been affected as much as every other industry. Even though we're only open a month, I mean, we're open for 7 weeks. So it's not like I can say, oh, it's only 7 weeks. I'll just suck it up. And instead of paying, $20 for this, I'm now paying.
You have to remember that the haunted houses aren't a necessity. This is an entertainment thing. So for entertainment, raise the prices. People are going to pay regardless.
Yeah.
Nothing I'm into is a necessity.
Well, and plus they know.
None of my businesses.
Right.
They know that, we know as an industry, nobody who goes into our haunted houses knows what goes into putting them on. They have no clue. Oh my God.
They think I set it up the week before.
Right. They're like, man, you guys got this up quick. Yeah, for the last 8 years it's taken us to get to this point.
Right. So, well, it's funny because there was a customer of mine the other day that came into the coffee shop. We were talking about nails, and as you guys know, I used to do nails for 20 some years, and she told me that the place down the street was charging $50 for a set of nails, and she went the other day for the first time in a couple weeks, and the guy was like, the prices of everything went up so much, so it's going to be 75 this time. 75 from 50.
Wow.
I'm thinking of
that's a
raising my
lot.
price from 20 to 25. I was
Yeah.
actually thinking about 23.
Yeah.
But Troy's
But
like,
then just
don't mess
change.
with dollar bills in the ticket booth. That's kind of
Yeah, but dollar bills spend in the concession area.
Well, yeah, that's true.
True.
Because they'll bring 30 or they'll bring 40. Chances are they'll bring 40.
Right.
You give them 15 back. They've got that sitting there. They're probably going to buy something out the concessions on the way out.
Right.
Knowing they've got the
15. Right. And then we'll have our merch booth this year, which
Right.
I'm hoping they bring their credit card for because, T-shirts and sweatshirts add up.
Mm-hmm.
I may need to send you some money for a T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I might. I can't send money to Dan for his Dan Doble's House of Horrors because it's just a kitchen remodel that's never going to end.
House of Horrors?
House of Horrors?
How dare you talk about it?
Whoa!
I know. Sorry, damn.
Wow.
I didn't say it. He did.
Anyway, moving on. I'm glad we got that out of the way. I don't think anybody understand what we just talked about, but
and yes, George, I do agree that it is affecting home hunters too.
Yeah,
I know that. I just went the other day when I did a make and take for the foam pillars. And I've seen other people post about this too. The sheets of 2-inch pink foam. Like here, it's $45. It used to be about 30, maybe a little less. And I've seen a lot of other people in the Midwest and East say that it's about 52 to 55 for that same sheet.
Yep.
So it definitely has doubled for that. The 1-inch sheets like $22 here, and that was about 15 to 17. And it seems lumber's not going up as much. Which is good. I think they had their run, but it seems like all the other, supplies that hunters need, but it definitely seems to be 50, the foam. George says 60 in Chicago.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that we'll never see the prices we saw, 3 years ago.
Why?
So
the wood did come down, but like 1x2s that a lot of people use for home hunts for like cemetery fencing. That's still like $2.50 a stick, and it used to be like $1.17.
Right, and we're never going to see those prices for gas or anything.
Chances
and
the prices for gas will come back down. I think.
Yeah, but wood, I think they'll see the ability. What they'll do is they'll have some sales.
Yeah, we don't. Let's not get into the politics of this bullshit. Let's talk about haunted house shit.
Yeah,
shall we?
But yeah, so it's home hunters and a lot of pro hunters are budget oriented, and you're going to look for a deal, and you're going to look for stuff you can build, without it. And that's how home hunters got started, was literally finding, crap on the side of the road.
I tell you this all the time. That's what my haunt is. I'm not even lying to you when I tell you
on the side of the road.
Crap. Yes, we do junk day. And I'm going to tell you, for anybody listening, and I feel embarrassed that this is like something I just learned. If you have a Goodwill outlet anywhere near you,
oh yeah,
it's a gold mine. I mean, my heart races when I go in there because I get so excited over the deals I'm going to get.
Right.
And I go in there and I just dig through those blue bins, and they weigh your stuff, and then certain things have a price, like suitcases, which anybody that's ever done a haunt. An indoor haunt, suitcases are fantastic, like filler. Suitcases are like $1.49. We go in there and grab like 17 suitcases. Like, I'm not even kidding you. We leave there with our shit piled to the sky, shoving it. The one time we were there, we had to rent a U-Haul to get home. I'm not even kidding. And that's like, I love that. So this year, I get it. Like home hunters are trying to budget, and so are pro haunts. I mean,
oh yeah.
This isn't the year for me to be spending a ton of money on my stuff, and no year really is. But
you need to raise your prices.
Yeah, I know.
$5 is going to be great. $5 that is easy to swallow. That's going to be.
And I need to pay my. That's the other thing. You have to remember, pay my staff, because nobody wants to come and do this, for $30 a night anymore.
Nope.
You know what I mean? They want 40, 45, sometimes 50. And I have to be able to provide that for them.
Yeah.
How many square feet? Sean, my building is 21,000 square feet. The entire building is not the haunt. So this is always hard. I don't know. We like to say somewhere around like 14 or 15, maybe, give or take. I don't know, but I don't know how our square feet are configured because the
Yeah.
basement area of our haunt is concrete bleachers because it's like an old school. So I don't know if they actually took into account like
All the way.
that as square footage because you obviously can't have a haunt there. It's literal,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
It's
so I don't
usually
really
like
know.
buildable space, you know. So you've got, you know, like in the basement, you've got, you know, 1,000 square feet of room down there, but your second floor, you've got, you've got 10,000 square feet.
Well,
you know?
it's 7, 7, and 7 actually
Okay.
because we have 3 floors, so it's 7 on each. But the
Yep.
basement is just configured differently because there's like backstage rooms that we don't use for the haunt. We use like the basketball court area. So however big a basketball court is, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then steps, and do you include the stairs when you're going from floor to floor? Like, you know, that kind of thing. We do have room to expand. We just have to be very, very
Mindful.
creative about it.
Yeah.
Creative. So
Sweet. Yeah.
Yep.
So definitely raise your price. Nobody's going to bat an eye.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Next topic.
Moving on.
Speaking of batting an eye,
Oh. Oh.
Oh wow.
I don't know where that segue goes.
I don't
You know
either.
what?
Who
But
is
it's going to go to Don
Keith,
Keith. What? Don!
Don Keith, everybody.
I'm back.
I batted my eyes, and he showed up.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that
I
it?
apologize, Don. This guy that thinks he's still on the show
I know.
kicked you off. And
Who let the Cowboy Troy on? I thought he was a
Right.
rapper. I thought
Yeah. I had no clue where I was going after that.
I know, right?
yeah,
No clue.
neither did I. Neither did I.
the interns we have on this show look a lot like me, so that's why people think it's me, but it's not. I was
Sweet
actually in the
choice.
bathroom, and
They
Dan
give you a
come-
bad name. I just want you to know.
They give me a bad name.
They do, and they have hairy chests. I don't think you have a hairy
Yeah.
chest.
No, I mean, look at this. I mean, as you can tell, there's
Obviously.
nothing. I mean, it is nice and trimmed. You know. One of our good friends that has been on the show before, Therese Hensel, asked me the other night. She said, "Why do you always play with your goatee?" And I said, "Well, it's there." And I'm like, "But it's just a weird. I don't know. But she's like, every time I see you, you're always messing with it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's the same reason girls go like this. Hi, I'm at
It's
the
like your
concrete
fidget spinner. Remember the
Yeah.
fidget spinners? You don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
a fidget spinner. You just go like this.
Yeah, I just go like this.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to make sure there's no birds in there and stuff. You know, you got to get them out.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Dawn, I heard we are the kings of segues here. I heard that you are a Texas haunter as well.
Well, a home haunter, yes.
Home haunter. Okay. All right. So, go ahead.
I'm not from the area of Texas Troy is moving to.
That's very good for you.
I will
I'm
probably
gonna
be
say
about
thank
10
God.
hours from him, so we're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can hear me from there. Don't worry.
You can see him coming. There's enough room to get out of the way or hide.
There is
yeah.
a big desert.
It is, and I don't like the desert as much as I like the city. So but maybe I'll come out and visit you. You never know. So as you've watched the show a few times before, so we always like to start off with introducing yourself and telling us how you got started in Halloween when you were a kid, what got you excited about it, and what brought you to starting it in your own front yard, backyard.
Well, I grew up with parents that enjoyed decorating. My mom threw us as kids Halloween parties every year. Toward our teen years, she actually made all of our costumes. So, like, I remember going as Santa Claus one year for Halloween. But she, whatever we wanted, she would go ahead and make. After that, honestly, I did some decorating, probably starting around 2000, 2002. Being military, I spent 23 years in the Army. So I've traveled all over the place. The first time I actually decorated something like bigger than my staircase would probably be around 2010 when I asked the apartment complex if I could decorate their common area. We didn't see much more than probably 5 or 10 kids. And most of those kids were from people I knew from the military. They just brought the kids over. Yes, as you can see, Troy bringing all the pictures up. At this point, just about everything was, of course, like Spirit Halloween type props.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't into building much. Right there is the biggest thing I built was like 8x5 TV screen. Of course,
yeah, I was going to ask you, what was this?
it's a back projection. The projector is in the far back. If you scroll through there, Troy, you'll actually see some of the videos that from night. The funny thing was I was actually using.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
I actually used that screen all the way up until about 2 or 3 years ago.
That's
Now,
cool.
it changed,
Right,
because it went from a 12-foot backlit to later on I actually used it as part of the wall of my garage, and I did a rear projection. And then, of course, it culminates to today where I just project on top of the house.
right. Yeah, because a lot of people ask, how do I get it asked all the time, and I'm in a couple of groups that do projection stuff, and that's like the biggest question. How do you protect the projectors from rain, and do you bring them in all night? And I never would have even thought about something like this. I mean, not everybody has that kind of room, but if they do, then doing something like this, and was there access for you to get in there and did you pull it in every night, or did you leave the projector out there?
I only put this up the night before Halloween.
Okay.
The back is just nothing but the black plastic.
Okay.
So I did cut a slit in the back so I could get in and out of it to, fix anything that needed to be fixed.
Nice.
So, but
That's still a great idea, though. Yeah.
It was just something I was thinking, how can I use this projector, and with all these Halloween videos, how can I make something different?
Yeah.
So,
and so they just let you just in the apartment complex.
Yeah, it's right outside the. Of course, there's the mailboxes, so it was right outside the front office.
That's awesome.
They had no clue what they were agreeing to, which even to me, I was like, it's not much, but it's something.
Yeah.
They actually went and bought all kinds of candy, and they supplied the candy for trick or treating. So I was not upset about that.
Right.
They asked me to do it the very next year, except I was in Kuwait, so it didn't work.
No.
I moved back to El Paso in 2012, and I moved into another complex and asked them if I could do the same thing. This is actually in between of all the apartments in the big common area.
Okay.
So as you can see, my theme was a lot of apartment complexes over the years. So yeah, we set it up here. I think this year we added a couple things like the little shelter there out of 2x2s in plastic for the electric chair. We added the mausoleum type thing right there. And there was nothing in it even then, I don't think. Or I reprojected that, I think, with a ghost.
Okay.
I was doing this all. If you look in the bottom right corner of that picture, you'll see the cords and the screws. Yeah, that I was building it right outside my apartment. So
that's awesome. What's the material you used on the mausoleum?
That's just the black plastic, the heavier, thicker plastic.
Okay.
Again, I was trying to keep things lightweight because I only had an F-150 and I had to move all this stuff back to a storage facility.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So I was trying to keep things as light as possible.
No, that's cool though, because a lot of people don't know where to get started with like a mausoleum, and so something like that, just using the black plastic to kind of get your shape and stuff like that, and see how it works, and see how people take to it, and that's how a lot of people make their next prop is they make one that's like, yeah, okay, looking back, that was pretty crappy, but then I was able to make this from that, so that's a cool way to start, is just to paint it.
John, did you set this stuff up like the weekend of Halloween, or did you leave this out all October?
I set it up the day of Halloween.
Got it.
Wow.
Okay.
The theme is 90% of my stuff gets set up the day of Halloween.
Got it. Okay.
I live on the border. I have trust issues.
Oh yeah.
I totally get it.
So, but yeah, most of it's just I set up the day of. All you see here, like the night prior to this, I went through and I staked all the caution tape around the area. I did put out the shelter there, the two shelters, because I figured no one was going to take them. Hopefully,
Right.
hopefully. So it was just one of those things. It was like, yeah, I don't trust anybody, and I was just going to set it up. I get up about 3 a.m. and
Fair enough.
and start setting up. So
Does that mummified thing? Oh, so it's on like a track.
that is actually just a a rope that's hung between two very far apart trees.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to find somewhere to hang that shaking mummy prop,
Okay.
and I had nowhere to hang it. I had no trees in the area, so I was like, "Well, let me try stringing this up." Yeah, it didn't work very well. Just so you know,
It did not work. Okay. Duly
don't use rope that has a lot of flex in it. You know, you learn.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all learn.
Yep.
I think 2013, we were in another apartment, much smaller area. Now, mind you, every one of these areas, I don't think I saw more than 10, 15 kids. So it was like, sometimes it was like, why am I doing it? I almost gave up on it a lot. But when I moved into the 2013, I did it again at an apartment. Had a rock wall area, so it was a very small area, but I had all the area I could use. Nobody complained.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've done that almost every year, where I go out and get some bales of hay and set it up for photo ops, just for people to, and I light it up so that they can take pictures and stuff like that.
I mean, that's one of the things I'm doing this year. I'm doing photo ops because it'll be my last year here, and so I've been looking for ideas for photo ops. And the one thing I said that I wouldn't do anymore was hay bales, because I used to do them a lot. And now you show me that picture, and now I gotta go get hay bales now, because that's a great idea. I like that, how they can sit, because I was trying to figure out what I could put for them to just to be around, and having something like this, they can sit on it. Somebody can stand behind them and stuff like that. And so
they're different levels, so you can get like everybody in the picture instead of everybody just standing there in a clump.
Right.
I have a truck, so I'm good with the hay bales, but God, I hate lifting those things. They're so heavy.
I hate to clean up afterwards,
right?
But I've found people that I've met throughout El Paso that I can actually give them to now, because they have livestock.
Yeah, it's the same with ours. I would borrow them from a fellow what do I call him? Countryman, farmer. Yeah. And I would just give them back. So it worked out really nice.
I still buy them, but luckily I get them fairly cheap. Because I think I was paying about $7 or $8 a bale, which wasn't bad. So the picture Troy's got up there right now was kind of interesting, because that year they were doing a trunk or treat at our military base. And my buddy had a 20-foot trailer.
That's a big trunk.
And I was like, so you want to? And they were like, can you do something with it? And I was like, I can try. And I literally used the black plastic again. There you go. That was inside of it. I set up some props, and they could go through one door and go out the back.
Perfect.
And we had,
that's so cool.
That's a really smart idea.
We had a couple guys standing on the back deck, the ramp. Now, of course, we had the plastic all slit, so you couldn't see what you were going through, and they were scaring them as they went through the back. So it was pretty good. I had a lot of the the animatronics were actually in there. So everything in there moved. I had step plates taped throughout the floor. So as they were walking through, everything was just going off.
God, that is a great, because a lot of people get upset with trunk or treat, especially the ones that are on Halloween night.
Well, it's not exciting.
Well, but it also, a lot of people think that it takes it, because the idea of trunk or treat was that this is safer. Don't go to people's houses, which,
Right.
I mean, in some areas that is definitely true, but I think in a lot of areas that's not. And I think it was just, it's laziness, it's easiness for people, parents just to take them to a trunk or treat, they get their candy, they go home. They don't have to go out, and it's just an easy way to do it. But having something like this is a way for a local home haunt to go and take their, this to them, and then also say, I also have my home haunt, as well, or I have my display, and to advertise for it that way too, especially if it's on a different night, like this year, it'll probably, most trunk or treats will probably be on Saturday or Sunday, where Halloween's on Tuesday, so
Halloween's on Monday.
Oh, it's on Monday this year?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so messed up on years and days. So yeah, so chances are the trunk or treat won't be Monday night. So you can still drive traffic from the trunk or treat using your stuff like this, but you got to find somebody who has a big trailer though.
Yeah, that's
that's great though.
That was the advantage of my buddy having the trailer. So
yeah. So if you know anybody with a big old horse trailer like that, or big old utility trailer, covered trailer like that, that's a great idea.
But this was the yard, the outside my apartment.
Could people get in the coffin and lay down and take pictures in that too?
I didn't. I was okay with it. I had no problem with it.
Nice.
That's been the one thing that I haven't been. I don't like them getting in the areas where there's a lot of cords, for obvious facts or for obvious reasons. But I do not have problems with people touching stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I figured I've either built it or fixed it. I can build it or fix it again. So.
Oh yeah, there's that. I was trying to find the picture of that of your zombie back there.
Which one?
Yeah.
The swamp thing.
Yeah.
It was a spirit. I don't even think it was a spirit prop. I think it was a Spencer's prop, which is the same thing, but before they started open.
Okay.
So I still have it. It still works. I think the eyes still work after 20 years. So, let's see. Moving on into 2014, we moved into the house that we're in now, and that year was interesting because like I said, I've only seen anywhere from 10 to 20 kids at the most. This year, I went and actually bought about 400 bags of chips, the little snack bags, and then I didn't plan on being at Halloween because I had a final exam to take on Halloween night. It was a Friday night, and I literally at the last minute told the instructor, I will take the test on Monday. I will take the test early or whatever you want. And I went home, and this is what I set up. This was the first year in the house. And all I heard was how amazing this was.
Right?
And I'm thinking that this was something I literally threw together in 20 minutes.
You spent how many years
right?
putting together so many things.
And this was the part that was completely amazing. Again, all it was a photo op. 3 props, some red lighting, and I was like, okay. This year we actually went through the 400 bags of chips in a matter of about an hour and a half, and went back. My mother-in-law went to the store to get more, and I think we probably went through about 600 or 700 bags of chips and about four or 5 bags of candy.
Wow.
And then I said, you guys just wait till next year.
You must live in an area where there's not a lot of that home haunting going on. Is that the case in your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood, there isn't. El Paso has a handful of they do a lot of decorating. I don't think I've seen very much that people actually build their own stuff, but they do decorating. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I want to say since 2014, when I moved in here, where I was the only one to decorate, I think we've seen probably 8 or 9 houses since then that have started to do some minor decorating, or, you know, the balloons or something. More lights have been turned on for trick-or-treating. So, that's a plus to me. I looked at, prior to COVID, we actually had a family across the park, because I live on a big park, so I face the park. Across the park, a family actually built a walk-through haunted house through their garage. So I was like, hey, you know what? If you need help, let me know. I'm more than willing to help you however you want. Cool. So, but in 15, I did do some decorating. I think as the first year I built the cemetery fence. Again, there's my mausoleum with a piece of, I think it was a sheet and rear projected. And I'm sorry, the pictures aren't very good.
And you put all this up in one night?
So I put the fencing, the pillars, all the base, the heavy stuff I put up starting beginning of September.
Okay.
In 2015, setting up the rest of it was actually fairly easy, because it wasn't much. It wasn't very complicated. It was a lot of spirit props, at the time. So, I was like, okay. And I think we went through 1,000 treats in a matter of 2 hours.
Oh my God.
1,000 bags of chips. And it was like, everyone's like, well, why don't you, because you have parents, of course, they would like a bag of chips. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry. We go through so many of them.
For the kids.
It's for the kids.
Yeah.
And this was the first year that my neighbor, she was like, you can go ahead and decorate my yard. And I was like, so that was where the blue lights were. I was just pulling it out of my butt, just throwing some stuff in her yard. Trying to come up with something, And yeah, that thing failed.
But I noticed how you pretty much went and started to go through where now you're moving into building your own stuff.
Right. After 15 is when I started with the whole, all right, I want to start building some of these props I've seen on YouTube. And I want to say the Cauldron Creep, of course, just like everybody else, that was my first actual prop that I built. I think that year, let's see, was that 16?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. 16 was the year I actually retired from the military. I want to say I retired in March.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. So the next 6 months, I literally spent doing nothing but building Halloween props.
That's awesome.
I was like, what am I going to do with my life now? So I built the Cauldron Creep. I took an old prop from Spirit, and I created a caretaker for the front. And I want to say I started by adding the pillars for the front and stuff like that. 16 was the year that I learned how to use pneumatics. I learned how to program Arduinos and learn how to work with video. Because in 2015, when that video of the zombie containment unit went viral, I don't remember whose it was. Everybody tagged me in it and said, I don't think you can build this. So I literally spent almost 6 months trying to figure out where the videos came from. This one right here. I had no clue where the videos came from. I had no clue how to control microcontrollers. I had no clue how to even get a video player to program it. I had no clue about pneumatics. Now I had a 60-gallon air compressor because I used to work on motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue at all. And this was the first prop that I built that led into everything else is easy from this day forward.
Right. You jumped in head first for sure.
You know, they challenged me. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
Right.
So yeah, it was interesting to learn. I will admit that.
Well, because you did the because then you also did you've got your green monster in a box. That's literally a monster in the box.
So I originally built the standard monster in a box with a lid just open and stuff like that. And I want to say like a year later, when I learned about high-res designs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got the videos. I was like, I'm going to try this new monster in a box. And that's what I built. I think I used it 1 year, and we got a hailstorm the day of Halloween, and it was out. It shorted out, and I haven't used it since. So
on this one, did the lid go up and down or not?
Yes, in the video it doesn't, but yes, in this one the lid did the same thing. It went up and down. There was fog inside of it. There was the lights flickered on and off, and everything else.
That is so cool. I love watching it. That was fun.
Let's see. Fast forward, where we at? 2020. I wanted to change up the screen. Instead of having the screen in my front garage, I wanted to do like a mausoleum doors.
Is that your garage?
That is the 2-car part of my garage.
Got it.
So I finally broke down and was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Well, I used windshield wiper motors. Some windshield wiper motors, some I 3D printed some of the, extenders and everything else, and was like, well, let's see. And it worked. Downfall was it was a year of COVID, and not very many people saw it. So
I've always wanted to do something in front of my garage, and seeing the 2 pillars on the side to not have to fully make the entire garage door is a great idea. So you were able to not have to cover so much. I mean, you still covered it, but your detail didn't have to be the entire door. So I like that.
Well, it looks like you can still close the garage door too.
No, you can't.
No, garage doors aren't for haunters. Whatever.
So obviously the garage door is pushed up. And the wall is in. The wall is actually covers the entire garage door.
Got it.
I think the only reason the pillars are there is I can't put the pillars up until about 2 days before Halloween because my wife wants to get in the driveway.
Got it.
Damn her.
So
my wife said the same thing, but
so yeah, they can't go out. So I had to find somewhere to put them in while they're in front.
I like that though. That looks really cool.
This year we're changing it up and we're replacing the entire wall with zombie doors and stuff like that.
Sweet.
So,
and then let's see, you've got your. This is the barbecue.
Oh yeah, we built that one. Was it 17 or 16 or 17?
Yeah,
awesome.
Or 18. There was, like I said, there were things I just wanted to build, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try and figure it out. And going back to Troy's evaporated cooler, most of those parts are from evaporated coolers. So, and windshield wiper motors.
Yep.
This was that same mausoleum that we were talking about earlier, the plastic one.
Oh, really?
And we hardened it with OSB wood. So, and then we added the jumping girl in 17. And the funny thing about it was I had just finished this entire prop in August. And I got a phone call that I needed to go to Florida because my parents got hit with a hurricane.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So we went from having stuff that was fully up to I put everything away because I didn't think I was going to be there.
Yep.
10 days before Halloween, I got back on a plane and went back and set up everything.
Oh, wow.
So the one you're seeing now, that was from this past year. My jumping scarecrow. that I will admit was a pain in the butt.
That's what I hear from everybody who does pneumatics. It was a pain in the butt, but it was so cool.
Oh, once it was done, I almost scrapped it about a week before Halloween.
Right.
Because I was having so many problems getting it to extend because of the amount of weight.
Oh, yep.
And all of a sudden I got it working, and it was like, oh, well, I guess I'm putting it out.
Yeah, that thing launches out of there too. It's not a slow burn.
It was funny because you don't see it. There's black plastic all the way around it, so it blends in so perfect.
Yeah, it's gone. That's pretty good.
So when it jumped,
go back to that, Troy. Go back to it for a second.
Let's see, right? Yeah, because
you don't even see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't see anything, and then
he just launches out of there.
That is really cool.
Nice.
And you got all the pumpkins all the way around it. You got a nice.
Well, and I was trying to find themes, and I had themed one yard in skeletons one year. And that was in my other neighbor's yard that I did. So I do 3 yards total.
Oh my gosh.
And my one neighbor, after I did the skeletons, the other neighbor was like, well, I would like a theme. So last year.
That's awesome.
So yeah, last year I'm like, all year I'm like, what am I going to do? I thought I'll do creepy baby dolls. I thought do this, thought that. And that's when Distortions came out. I saw was it the stalker, pumpkin stalker? And I thought, there it is.
Yep.
That's
the
it.
pumpkins. And then of course Home Depot comes out with the 12-foot pumpkin skeleton or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the Inferno guy, and then you've got then you've got all the you have the twins, you've got the you got the Distortion guys, the different pumpkins, the
singing pumpkins.
Yeah, the singing ones. You've got the cool pumpkin skeleton back there. That's a great use of that theme. It's a great use.
The witch had a pumpkin head already on it.
Right. Oh yeah.
And then my kids, one was a pumpkin kid. So yeah, it worked out. But slowly I've been trying to theme everything so it doesn't look like a bunch of hodgepodge stuff that I threw out.
Yeah. Theming always helps, but
so, but it was an expensive theme.
Right.
All in 1 year.
Yeah, but now it's all paid for, so.
Yep. Well, it's all done there. Now I'm working on mine. I told him I only do change themes once every 3 years for each area. So, but this year we're doing my driveway in our zombie research center. So we have the zombie containment box. We have 2 of these zombie barrels. I already had 1 door built in my single car garage for zombies, the zombie door. And we're going to do the entire 2-car garage with 3 or 4 more doors of zombie videos and stuff like that.
That'll be cool. That'll be super cool.
And what's in the barrel that's making it bounce?
Pneumatics.
Okay.
One pneumatic cylinder hooked up. It's ran by an Arduino.
Right.
If you've seen it, buttonbanger.com with Mike North.
Yeah.
That's what I use to run every one of these props. But it's got a fog machine, pneumatics, 2. This one has 2 bright signs for the videos.
What screen do you use for that?
The top screen is a 19-inch LCD from Best Buy.
Oh, okay. So that's a 50-gallon drum.
Yes, it's a 55-gallon plastic.
A little deceiving. It looks like a 25 or a 20
Yeah.
gallon.
Oh,
Yeah. It looks tiny.
Yeah, no, it's a full 55-gallon.
Okay.
So,
and then is it just a light on the front, or is that a screen?
It's a 7-inch screen.
Got
It's a 12-volt monitor.
Where did you find the 12-volt monitor? Is it cheap, or did that cost you?
No, they're depends on where you find them.
For in the car DVD players, right? Yeah. Okay.
Right. This is a pile 7-inch. I think
Right.
I found him at the flea market for like
Okay.
$10.
So you found him used. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
Okay.
once because I used the same exact screen on the zombie containment unit in 16.
Yeah. Okay.
And once I figured out what size was perfect,
Yeah.
I've basically eBay search.
Yep.
I'll pay anywhere from $30 to $40 if I have to. So
That's not bad at all.
and they work.
Yeah, for what you're using them for, yeah, absolutely.
A matter of fact, like the zombie containment unit has a ATX computer power supply because of the 3 different voltages.
Oh, right. Yep.
The 12 volt runs the screens, it runs the pneumatics. 5 volt ran the video players. 3 volts runs all the LEDs. So it worked out with that power supply. So
That's impressive.
this is one of the doors that's already in existence. It's been there for a couple years now. Again, with the high res designs video in it.
Yeah, they seem to do high res does more of the intense, more realistic stuff, where Atmos Effects does more of the
Yeah.
probably more family friendly,
Right.
nicer stuff.
Right.
So it's nice to have 2 different companies making, and they're not both trying to make the same thing. High res knows they're there to make the photorealistic stuff, and Atmos is over here doing that. So it's cool that they both kind of stay in their lane, sort of, But it's cool that we have that,
And I've probably spent thousands with high res.
Yeah.
And hundreds with Atmos. Yeah. So, because I mean, like the pumpkins, I do have a whole hard drive of nothing but videos from both companies.
Yep, me too.
So
I have so many projections.
I will.
I need that. I don't know why, but I need it.
I
need it eventually.
I will say this about Nick Andrews over there at High Res. I did contact him 1 year, and it was a year I planned on. Okay, I needed like 6 or 7 different videos or something, and I sent him a message. Hey, are you doing any like Black Friday deals or anything like that? And he sent me a code for like 25% off for a one-time use.
Nice.
So it was for getting all the videos at once. So it saved me well. I mean, buying in bulk helped.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, he knows that you're going to come on a show like this, or you're going to tell people, because they're going to ask you, hey, where'd you get that video?
Right.
And you're going to tell them. So all these companies know that you're going to, that people are going to generally, help them out when they get a deal like that. You'll say something on your video, something on Facebook about it, where you got it. So
every time I post a video or something, I make sure I put in there to help them out.
Yeah,
because I personally had no clue where those videos came from.
Right.
When I first started searching, I was like, I don't know how to even start looking. Yeah. There's your Atmos video living portrait to the left there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they're on the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and then on the big screen up top, I play like music videos from, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Right.
Stuff like that. So. And I started that about 2 years ago because I was like, I needed something bigger. I wanted a bigger screen. So
cool.
Oh, that is cool. That's a cool way to do. I mean, just to your use of space in there, and that your neighbors let you use their.
Yeah, I really like that. It's not just a 1 yard haunt. It's a 3+ yard haunt.
It's now all 3 yards and 2 driveways because this past year we moved our photo op to the driveway where that truck was, right next to the right now.
Okay.
We just taped it off and put a photo op in there. So.
Gosh, she hits her head.
Totally hits her head. Hey, it wasn't perfect, but it works.
Yeah, it does. It looks great. It looks cool.
It's funny because that one has that really creepy kid saying "Ring Around the Rosies" before she comes out.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's that ring around, and then it says "We all fall," and it has a creepy dead, and then she comes screaming out. So
That's awesome.
And then this was the one that I started with. Well, I started with all the skeleton theme, and we call it the Boneyard Barbecue.
That's cool.
That is cool with the dogs playing poker. You get this.
So, I think this past year we added cornhole. 4 skeletons playing cornhole.
Nice.
Some barbecuing going on, So
yeah, I mean, what skeletons do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got time off,
skeletons are people too.
We had we had was it Fright radio on Fright Halloween radio from iHeart.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We had that playing with them. So
you got the trying to show what you did this year too, yeah.
Yeah, that's this year. That's what we put in the driveway for them to take pictures.
That's still cool though. That you know that you give them an opportunity to take pictures in front of stuff. That's cool. There's the cornhole. That's awesome.
So I told them I'll add a little bit here, a little bit there. But once the theme's set, it's going to be there for a couple years.
Right. Yeah.
So. And we have seen anywhere from 15 to 1,700 kids a year.
Wow.
That's amazing. Do you raise any money or do you collect any dry goods or anything like that?
We haven't yet. My intent is to try and start.
Yeah.
Because we obviously have a fan base now.
Yes, you do.
If we will see, like I said, we'll have 1,700 kids easy. And then you add the parents in, and the line to get onto my block is about 3/4 of a mile long in both directions. We've actually caution taped the entire front of the 3 houses to stop cars from parking in front of the houses for the safety of the kids. So, and everyone's like, well, what about the cops? Are they going to get mad at you for taping off the road? I says,
right.
Go ahead. Let's see what they have to say.
Right.
You're trying to keep kids safe and not running across the street.
Yeah. It's one night for a few hours.
Right.
It's probably okay.
Right.
So.
Oh, well, we have gotten to that time where I'm leaving.
Have we? Where I'm getting ready to leave.
Well, we haven't had a show in a couple weeks, and we had Brick Thunder in between 2 breaks, which we will probably just as a heads up. That'll probably happen next year. Probably every year we'll probably have a couple of weeks where we'll have a break. Next year, I think July 4th is on Tuesday, so we will not have a show next year on July 4th. So don't be sad. I got some messages from people saying, "What am I going to do on Tuesday night now?"
Okay,
which is cool.
That was my message because I have
that was not.
I don't have anything else to do.
You have a haunt.
You were like, what do I do tonight, guys?
I don't know what to do.
You were like asking us what to do, and I'm like, go do something.
Are you like every other haunter? I shouldn't say every other haunter. Every other pro haunter, even every pro haunter. Do you ever go to the haunt like with a list of shit to do, and then you get there and you just sit there, and you like don't do anything?
No, I never just sit there and don't do
anything. My God, I used to do it all the time. Or you get talking with somebody, and you're like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and the next thing you know, you're like, fuck, it's like 3 hours later, and I haven't done anything.
I don't need to talk. No. Troy sometimes will like be doing something, and I'm like, I really need you to help me over here because I'm not strong enough or tall enough. Mm-hmm. And if he's working on something and I'm in another space working on something, sometimes it's better for us to be together because I always need him for something. Mm-hmm. Always. I'm always too short, or I need a ladder and I can't find something, or it's just easier to be in one.
It's always good to have a Troy around, right?
That's right.
Not us.
It is.
Don't generalize that.
Always good to have a Troy around.
Always good.
Not all the time, but when you need it. Don, before we let you go, Don, and I have to ask you, where did you get your shirt? Is that a sport coat?
It is actually 3-piece suit. I have 3 of them. 2 of them years ago.
Just boot them?
I did.
Yeah,
look at that suit.
I love that.
Is it custom made?
No. You can find them on YouTube.
Oh, I like that.
What are they? Suitmeister? Everyone,
I really like that one because the
I
other
do
ones
too.
are like, yeah, they're too bright. But that one, I really
Yeah, I like that one. I like the gray.
I have the black and orange pumpkins. I have the gray and black spider webs, and I found this one on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Amazon last year.
Now, when you bought them, did you have to buy like a 14X because it came in China sizes, or was it more true to size?
No, it was I think I got like a 42 or 44 jacket,
Okay.
and it came with the pants and a tie.
Oh, these are the guys that were at in Louisiana.
Like I said, Suitmeisters, and they do like all types of different ones.
Oh yeah, I just
That's
googled
cool.
it. Holy crap, there's tons of them.
I have
All
wore
sorts of stuff.
I have wore a 3-piece suit for Halloween every year for like the last 8 years, and everyone thinks they're just custom made, and I'm like, no, they're bought.
Oh my!
But that's how
I'm gonna
everyone
stay
knows.
after this.
That's how everyone knows who I am, because I'm always
Yeah,
wearing 3-piece
Because you're the
suit.
suit meister. Anyway, social medias. Thank you, Don.
Yep. See,
There it
just
is,
so
suit
people, just so
meister.
people know how to look it up.
Yep.
Suitmeister. There you go.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored, everyone.
No,
Definitely not sponsored.
But they got light up Christmas suits.
Oh,
I'm
no.
on this.
We
Oh,
need light up
no,
Halloween
this is the
suits.
worst thing that could have happened.
Christmas boy here.
Oh, look at those prices. Those are reasonable.
That is
Yes.
reasonable, especially for this romper that you're gonna get, Dan.
No, Susie's getting the romper.
Yeah, please.
Oh, right there.
Yeah,
That's
this is
Susie
Susie.
right there.
That's Susie
Yeah.
right there.
Yep.
You know me, businesswoman. That's
Yep.
totally me.
Yep.
Yep. So yes, so you can look up Suitmeister, all one word, and you can find one and be just like Dawn.
Yeah. Just like Don.
But if you want to be like Dawn, well, if you want to follow Dawn, you can't be like Dawn.
Wow,
And
way to transition on that. It's the best one tonight.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry.
You can go to Fright Cemetery on Facebook, not Suitmeisters on Facebook. Fright Cemetery, it's spelled differently. And so you can follow along. Make sure you always like, so that he gets likes. And you can also, I think there's a follow settings. You can go in here and you can go, never snooze, never off. You can go to favorites around Halloween time and see it all the time. All the time. You can literally have him call you every other night and say, "Are you looking at my post?" He'll do it.
Yeah, no, I won't do that.
He won't. That was just me. Oh, yeah, got it.
Hey,
That was
I forget it's even there sometimes.
And then you also have his YouTube channel, DJ Fright, Fright Cemetery. You can look that up. He's got some videos on there. He told me right before the show that he's going to put up a lot more videos. He just told me that. So if he says he didn't say that, he's lying. So he's going to put up a lot more videos this year. But he is killing it with his props and showing all the cool.
So, real quick on that, more videos.
Yeah.
We are live streaming our Halloween this year.
I saw that you did this like cemetery testing.
We're doing all kinds of testing with the new Wise cams.
Okay.
And the OBS software, and I will probably be live streaming anywhere from 4 to 8 cameras this year.
Love it.
all at once.
Love it.
Cool.
So,
Nice. Okay, cool.
So I've been doing a lot of testing with the Wise cams to try and see how it's going to work out, and that way, because I have so many family members that want to see it, but I mean they live as far as Michigan and other places.
Yeah.
Right.
So we will live stream this year.
I will be tuning in for
Awesome.
sure.
That'll be cool. I will definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Don, for coming on tonight. Appreciate it. Always love to
Thank
see new haunters and new ideas. And
Yeah.
I love your suits, by the way. So I'm definitely going to go scroll through that for the next hour. My wife will be super excited about that.
Maybe it's on a Prime Day deal, Dan, and you can get it.
Oh, the 12th to the 14th, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
starts right now. Yeah, right now.
Prime deals. Let's
Yep.
do this.
See?
Anyway, thank you, Don, for coming on tonight.
So,
Troy,
Dan, who's on the show next week, Dan?
Oh, I was just going to say, can I talk about it?
It's
Sure,
not
you can
Troy.
talk about it.
Do it. I want to
Actually,
announce.
yeah, have
All right,
hold
right.
on. Sean wanted to
You
know,
didn't try.
Dan, if you're going to be at Texas Hunters Convention.
Sean,
I
why
will
do you do
not.
this to me, Sean. I've already told you this. I feel very salty to myself but I cannot make it to Texas this year.
Oh, sorry, Dan.
It's Don.
This says Dawn. It's not all about you.
I thought you said Dan.
Oh,
You
I clearly
Dan.
said Dawn. It says Dawn
I'm
right
gonna
here.
go back and read the tape
He
again
typed
because
an O, not an A.
it said Dan.
No,
And
it
I'm
said-
the-
It say Dan,
I'm the
but
host
it
of this
says
show,
Dawn.
motherfucker.
Unfortunately, it's still a 12 or 13-hour ride across the state.
It's 30 for me.
Same for me.
It's 30.
So I will not be making it this year.
It's okay, Don. You're like me. You want to
all right.
go, but you
That's
just
all
can't.
I was hoping to go, but right now it's not going to be in the works.
All right.
I'm still trying to get to Trans World at least once.
Oh yes. Yep. I think you should go. I think this is my pitch is that I think every haunter should try to go to every convention at least once.
I did Midwest Haunters last year
Yeah.
in
Oh, nice.
Milwaukee
Did you like
because
it?
I was there.
I'm
Oh,
gonna throw this out here. Did you like it?
It was for me being the first time I'd been to a haunt convention. I was actually very happy,
okay.
but I also know that it was even from the everyone that there is said it was very slimmed down because of
Yeah.
course COVID.
Yeah. Because of COVID.
But I was
Not-
happy to be
it was
there.
It was not a normal MHC for sure.
It's never what it was.
I
I'm
got
gonna
to
go
be-
back, and I'm going to ask Troy when he's going to Fear Expo. Then
When
we
I'm going
can
to Fear
all
Expo?
say good night.
Is
Yeah,
that how it's gonna end tonight?
Every haunter should go.
There's gone. And that's Fear Expo, everybody. www.